Hi, welcome back. This is Yoga with Francesca. Let's get started on our backs today. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out wide. Bring the heels close to the sit bones or maybe bring them a little bit wider away depending on how do you feel in your hips today. Let the knees to be heavy. Arms by your side, palms facing towards the ceiling. Relax the fingers. Gently shimmy your shoulder blades together. Allow your chest to lift up away from the earth. Rest the back of the head down onto the mat and just gently bring the chin a little bit closer to your chest. So you're encouraging the natural curve of the back of the neck. And as you close your eyes, start to focus onto the breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Start to slow down the breathing. With every inhale, feel yourself grounding down a little bit more. With every exhale, you allow yourself to let something go. Start to feel how the knees getting closer to the ground. Just simply allowing gravitation to do the work. Without forcing, just noticing. Gently bring the knees together and hug the knees onto your chest. Maybe grab opposite forearms, opposite elbows over the shin bones. Pull the knees onto the chest. Leave the back of the head down onto the ground. Then bring the arms into a goalpost position, elbows aligned with the shoulders. Keep the knees together. Let the knees fall over to the right side towards the right armpit and gently gaze over to the left side, supine twist. Again, without forcing. Just gently, this is our first twist. Just let the gravitation do its work. Using the core, bringing the knees back to center, keeping the knees together. Now bring them over to the left side towards the left armpit. Glue the knees together and then slowly bring the gaze over to the opposite direction. Feel how your spine's getting longer using the inhalation, and with the exhalation, as you soften the area around the belly button, allow your spine to twist a little bit deeper. Keep both shoulder blades grounding down into the earth. With the next breath, bring the knees back to center, keep them together. Now let's start working on our core. Bring the knees over to the left side, bring them back to center, and then exhale as you bring them over to the left. Switching sides, bring them back to center. Exhale over to the right side, keeping the shoulders down to the ground, using the core as you bring the knee back to center, bringing over to the left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale towards the right armpit. Knees together the entire time, shoulder blades down to the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale both knees towards the left armpit. Keeping the shoulders down, use the belly. Inhale back to center. Now straighten the legs. Bring the arms out to the side, turn the palms down, and then the feet together. Start to bring the feet close to the right fingertips. Fingertips align with the shoulders. Inhale back to center. Exhale, straight legs, feet together. Bring the feet all the way to the left fingertips. If it's too much for your lower backs or too much for you right now, just keep the knees bent and do the same exact exercise that we did before. Otherwise, exhale over to the right fingertips. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left fingertips. Use those palms, use the fingertips to keep the shoulders grounding down into the mat. The whole twisting movement comes from your waistline. Now bring the feet back to center. Reach the toes up towards the ceiling. Interlace the 10 fingers behind your neck and lift the shoulder blades away from the mat. Now flex the toes towards the face and lift the tailbone up away from the mat. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of a movement. Just a little bit away from the mat. You're going to feel your lower abdominals turning on. And at the same time, as you lift in the shoulder blades away from the mat, you're going to feel the upper abdominals turning on as well. Holding it here. Keep breathing. Now slowly release the tailbone down to the mat, but keep the shoulder blades away from the mat as you release the right leg forward. Straight left leg, straight right leg. Keep the chest lifted. Try to bring the elbows out to the side And then feel how you're lifting with the abdominals, the core muscles instead of the chin. Now bring the right foot back to meet the left. And now lower gently the left toes, the left foot down, hover it a couple inches away from the mat. Turn on those core muscles, reach through the toes, reach through the left toes, reach through the right toes. Keep the chest lifted. Lift the leg back up. And now feet together, lower them down. Lower them down as long as you feel like it's not going into your lower back. It's all your core muscles. Keep the chest lifted. Keep those shoulder blades away from the mat. Lift the gaze higher up towards the ceiling. Lower the toes maybe a little bit more. And inhale, bring them back. Bring the feet up towards the sky. Now reach the fingertips over your head. Thumbs are touching the ground. Keep the lengthening in the spine as you lower the right toes down. Hover a couple inches away from the mat. Keep the left leg lifted up towards the ceiling and keep it nice and straight. Keep the whole spine straight. Feel the belly turning in. Slightly bring the chin towards the chest. Now lift the right leg back to meet the left and slowly start to lower the left leg down towards the mat. Hold it there. Keep breathing. Lift it back up. Now feet together. Big challenge, lower the feet together. In the same time, point those toes away from you. Keep the legs strong, lift up the kneecaps and still lower the legs a little bit lower as you reach with the fingertips back behind you. And then slowly bend your knees. And then reach the fingertips forward, knees over the hips. Reach the fingertips forward so you lift the shoulders away from the mat. Now lift the tailbone up. Bring your thighs onto your chest. Inhale as you reach back and forward with the arms and fingers. Exhale as you hug everything together, knee to the chest. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, hug it in, pull it up, lift the tailbone, lift the shoulders. Inhale, reach the fingertips and toes away from each other. Exhale as you bring everything together, lift the shoulders, lift the tailbone. Inhale, lower the toes, lower the fingertips. Exhale, hug it in, come into a little ball. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hug it in, lift tailbone, lift shoulders, hold it here, and slowly release it down. Let the back of the head come down to the mat. Give yourself a squeeze and hug. Grab behind your legs, rock and roll back and forth, and come into a tabletop position. Stack your joints, shoulders right above the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up. Exhale, cat pose. Couple times on your own. Inhales and exhales. And then exhale, find downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. The tailbone high. Rotate the triceps down towards the ground, towards your mat. Let the head hang heavy. Create some more space for your neck. Slide the shoulders down onto your back. Inhale, hinge forward into a high plank position. Strong legs, strong body. As you slowly lower down chaturanga, bring the elbows aligned with your shoulders. Press it back, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Strong core, strong body, strong leg as you slowly lower down chaturanga. Inhale, press it back, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's always an option to lower down onto your knees. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower down, maybe on your knees if it feels better. This time we're going to come into an upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet. Spin the inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Keep the legs strong. Press your chest through the arm bones. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Connect back to your breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Keep the feet at least hip distance apart and exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Grab opposite elbows and ragdoll, Uttanasana, hanging heavy. Align the whole back body to open up. Microbend in the knees. Let the head hang heavy. Now interlace the 10 fingers behind your back. Press the palms together. Microbend in the elbows. Kiss the shoulder blades together. And let the fist fall over your head. As you shift the body weight slightly closer to your toes, feel the nice opening in the back body. Release the fingers. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Plant your palms onto your outer hips and in the flat spine. Come on up. Standing position, mountain pose. Bring the hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Come back to the breath. Slow down your mind. Feel that nice long body grounding down through the heels, grow longer through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, palms facing towards each other, arms nice and straight. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Keep and maintain a flat spine and a strong core. Allow the heads to hang heavy. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, flat spine, palms onto the shin bones or maybe all the way down onto the ground. Exhale, plant the palms and step back into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Keep the legs strong, keep the body strong as you slowly lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale, come into an upward facing dog or maybe cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips high. Step the right foot forward. Keep the back heel lifted. Come up onto your fingertips. Coming into this low lunge position, but activate the back leg, the left leg. Lift the left kneecap away from the mat. And now plant the left palm to the inside of the right foot and reach the right fingertips up to the sky. If the distance is too much, you can come up onto the left fingertips or maybe you can use a block here. Squeeze the outer hips together. Lift the left hip away from the mat as you hug the outer right hip in. Now come back to center, release the right fingertips down and release the left knee onto the ground and maybe slide the left knee a little bit back behind you. Inhale, lift up, crescent moon. Stack the right knee on top of the right ankle and start to feel a nice stretch in your left hips or hip. Slowly release the fingertips down to the mat and step back into a high plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward this time in between the palms. Low lunge. Keep the back heel lifted. Come up onto your fingertips. Find that nice long spine. Pull the left outer hip back and the left thigh bone back into its socket as you're still activating throughout the entire right leg. Plant the right palm down into the inside of the left foot and find your twist here as you lift the left fingertips up to the ceiling, to the sky. Maybe even gaze up. Find that nice rotation in the spine. Keep the belly strong, but release every time when you find a twist. Release the fingertip down to the ground and then drop the right knee down onto your mat. Slide the right knee slightly more back so the pressure is more like on the top of the knee. Reach the fingertips up, crescent moon. Keep lengthening out through both sides body, left side body and right side body as you reach through the fingertips. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plant both palms onto the ground. Step back with the left foot. High plank. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So keep up with the breath. Stay with the breath the whole time. Find your downward facing dog. Rotate the triceps down. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Nice and slow, riding your breath. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Slowing down the movement, slowing down the breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in nice and deep. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands back to heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms with a flat spine. Step back, high plank. Lower down to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, hinge forward into a high plank position. Left palm is going to be your foundation. Coming into side plank Vashisthasana. Roll to the outer arch of the left foot. Stack the feet on top of each other, stack the hips on top of each other, and reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Lift up through the left wrist. Now reach the right fingertips forward, bicep by the ear, right palm facing down, and maybe lift the top leg, the right leg, up and away from the left leg. Find that nice strong body. Release the right leg down, and release the palm down to the mat. Switch sides right away. Right palm is your foundation. Left fingertips reaching up towards the sky. Stack your feet. Flex the feet towards your face. You're going to activate the legs a little bit more that way. Pull the belly in, but lengthen through the spine. Find a mountain pose sensation throughout the entire body. Now reach the top arm up and overhead, palm facing down. And now lift the top leg away from the bottom leg. Find a nice long energy line through the body. Deep breath in. Exhale as you lift the hips a little bit higher, reach a little bit more, and slowly release the foot. Release the palm down, find high plank. Lower down with your exhalation to your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and down. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up. Find chair pose. Bend your knees. And shift the shin bones a little bit back. Now reach the palms forward, palms facing towards each other, and lift up the right leg. Bring it close to your chest. With the next inhale, reach the arms and the right leg forward. Exhale, bend the right leg. Hover the right foot a couple inches away from the mat as you bring the arms forward. Inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg. Exhale, bring the fingertips forward. Bend your right knee and bring it closer to the ground. Inhale, straighten both legs. Reach the arms. Exhale, bend both knees. Bring the arm forward. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Both legs straightening. Reach that right toe forward. Reach the fingertips up. And release the right foot down. Come back to chair pose. Bring the arms forward. Pull the shoulders back into its socket. Now lift the left knee closer to your chest. With the next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Straighten both legs, especially the left leg. Point the left toe forward. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale as you reach up, straighten both legs. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, bend both knees. Reach the fingertips forward. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, reach that left toe forward. Find that low belly. Exhale, lower down, bend both knees. Hover the left toes a couple inches away from the ground and slowly release the left toes down next to the right into the chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, high plank. Slowly lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, find downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Step the right foot forward in between the palms. Inhale, rise up into crescent lunge. Back heel stays lifted. Now bend your back knee a lot. Hover the back knee a couple inches away from the mat. Tuck the tailbone slightly under and reach the fingertips up to the sky. Feel that nice lengthening throughout the lower back and lengthening throughout the left side and right side body as you energizing through the fingertips. Start to bring the right knee over the right ankle. And then as you slowly breathe length into the back leg, straighten the back leg, finding a vertical twist in the upper body. Reach the right fingertips back and the left fingertips forward. Reach and activate through the palms, through the fingertips. Gaze back maybe towards the right fingertip. So the left leg is straight this time. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up and overhead as you bend your back leg. Hover the left knee a couple inches away from the mat. Inhale, straighten the back leg and find that nice twist. Come back to center. Now inhale, reach up. Exhale to twist. Reach back with the right fingertips, straighten the left leg. Inhale, come back to center. Lift the arms up and overhead. Bend your left knee. Exhale, find that nice twist. Reach the right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Inhale, come back to center. Square your shoulders. Drop the left knee close to the ground. Exhale, find vertical twist. Right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the back knee straight this time. Crescent lunge. Vinyasa. Find the longest expression of your crescent lunge. And exhale, windmill the arms down to the ground. High plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Step the left foot forward. Keep the back heel lifted. Find that nice low lunge, long spine. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach the arms up, palms facing towards each other. Bend your right knee, hover the right knee a couple inches away from the mat. And as you do that, you're going to feel how you're going to be able to drop the tailbone down towards the ground and lengthen out through the entire spine. Reach with the fingertips. Bend your left knee slightly bit more. Bend your right knee slightly bit more. Keep the activation through the torso, especially the lower back. Now slowly start to straighten the right leg, lift the right kneecap away from the mat, and as you exhale, find your vertical twist. Reach the left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Gaze towards the left fingertips. So the right leg is going to come into a straight position this time. Lift that right kneecap away from the mat. Keep that nice long spine. Keep the shoulders over your hip line as you reach back with the fingers. As you separate your palms, your fingers away from each other, you're going to feel you're able to energize your arms a little bit more and maybe twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Drop the right knee towards the mat. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, find vertical twist. Straighten the right leg and reach the left fingertips back. Inhale, gaze forward, shoulders forward, arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist as you straighten the right leg. Inhale, come back to center, bend your right knee, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, straighten the right leg and twist through the upper body. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up, bend your right knee, hover the knee a couple inches away from the mat. And as you exhale, find that nice vertical twist. Reach the left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Inhale, come back to center. This time, straighten the right leg, lift the right kneecap away from the mat, reach and lengthen through the entire spine. Activate the right leg as much as you can. And exhale, plant the palms down to the mat, high plank. Lower down to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and down. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Exhale, come down onto your forearms, forearm plank. We're going to come into forearm side plank. So the left forearm is your foundation. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, stack the feet, stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Roll the shoulders down onto your back, kiss the shoulder blades together. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, come on down with the right forearm. And coming into forearm plank on the other side. Reach the left fingertips up to the sky. Maybe gaze up for a little more balance challenge. Pull the lower belly in, lengthen out through the spine, slightly tug the tailbone under, flex the toes towards the face, activate the legs, activate the hips. Come back onto your forearms, forearm plank. Hold it strong, send the chest forward. Now drop the right hip towards the right side, come back to center, drop the left hip towards the left side. So separate the feet, mat distance apart so you can have more space for your hips, for your legs to turn from one side to the other. Come back to center, exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Now bring the feet together, come back into a high plank position. Exhale using your belly, press back downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Coming into eagle pose. Bring the right arm underneath the left and then bring the right leg over to the left leg. Find the bind, the double bind. You can find kickstand position with your legs, your feet if you're struggling with balance today. If you have tight shoulders, you can always grab opposite shoulders. Now with a flat spine, start to bring the elbows and knees close together, but maintain a flat spine the entire time. Keep the belly nice and strong. And as you do that, slowly start to lift the right leg away from the mat and coming into eagle arm airplane. As you reach the right toes back, keep the left leg engaged. Reach the fingertips forward. One more inhale. Exhale, release the fingertips down to the ground. Standing split. Lift the right toes up to the ceiling. Drop the head towards your shin. And with the next exhalation, lower the right knee to the back of your left calf. Touch it. And you can keep the fingertips down to the mat, or maybe you can bring the fingers, the palms to your heart center. Both knees bend. Plant the palms. Release. Forward fold. Now plant your palms coming into crow pose, or maybe just crow prep this time. Shift the body weight forward as you plant your knees onto your triceps, the outside of your triceps. Round your upper back, engage your core, and using the core to lift your feet away from the mat. You can release it back or maybe shoot back to your chaturanga when you're ready. And go through your vinyasa or just simply come back to your downward facing dog. Now gaze forward and then step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're coming back to the other side. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Now eagle on the left side. Left arm comes underneath the right. And then the left leg comes up and over the right leg. Same variation what you did on the other side. Maybe kickstand, maybe double bind. Bring the elbows and knees in one line and squeeze the inner thighs and squeeze the elbows together. Release the tension from your neck, but try to lift the elbows higher. And as you press your forearms a little bit more forward, keep that nice flat spine. And slowly start to hinge the upper body forward so the elbows come closer to your knee. Now this time release just the legs. Keep the arm and lift the left leg back straight behind you. So start to lengthen the left leg through the inner left leg. Point the toe back and feel how you grow longer through the left big toe. As you keep the right leg engaged, lift up through the right outer hip. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Standing split. Lift the left leg high, lifting from the inner thigh, keeping the hips squared, and then drop the forehead towards the right shin, grabbing your right ankle, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the left inner leg. Now slowly bring the left knee behind the right calf, and then keeping the fingertips down to the ground or bringing the hands to heart center. Maintain a flat spine, both knees bend. Find your balance, find your focus, find your gaze, your drishti. Hold it here, strengthening the legs, the ankles, the core, and slowly release. Coming into our crow pose, Bakasana one more time. Plant the palms shoulder distance apart, elbows pointing back, triceps pointing back as you place the knees onto the outsides of your triceps. Keep the gaze lifted, keep the chest lifted and open. Round out through the upper back, use your core. Lift the toes, and then when you're ready, we're going to release into Malasana, frog pose. Turn the toes out, the heels in, mat distance apart, and bring the elbows into the inner knees as you put the palms together at heart center. Place the left toes to the outside of the left mat, or the left side of your mat. As you inhale, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Slide the shoulder blades down to the mat, find a nice twist. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the left fingertips, this time the right fingertips to your mat, and reach the left fingertips up to the sky. Find a nice twist as you still drop the tailbone down towards the mat. Reach and lengthen. Inhale. Slowly come on back to center, hands at heart center. Drop the hips down onto your mat. And then straighten the legs as you flex the toes towards towards your face, sitting Dandasana. Straight spine, strong core, shoulders away from the mat, palms by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Pin your outer hips in, lengthen through the lower spine. With every inhale, find a tiny more length through the spine. With every exhale, allow yourself to go a little bit deeper. Activate through the inner and outer arch of your feet. Breathe. Slowly with the next inhale, rise back up. Reach the arms up and overhead. And then scoot a little bit more forward. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll back down onto your mat. Hug your knees onto your chest. Come into happy baby. Grab the soles of your feet from the inside, from the outside. Pull the knees towards the armpit. Allow the whole lower back, the whole spine to ground down to the mat. Just slightly bring the chin closer to the chest. Maybe straighten one leg. Keep the other leg bent. Maybe straighten both legs. Maybe just stay still in your happy baby position. Slowly release, bring the knees onto your chest. Pull your right knee towards the right armpit and lengthen through the left leg. Finding your supine twist. Assist the right leg over to the left side. Keep both shoulder blades grounding down into the mat. As you gaze over to the right side, to the opposite direction. Come back to center, neutralize your spine, give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. Now hug the left knee towards the left armpit, lengthen the right leg forward, flex the right toes towards the face. Assist the left leg over to the right side as you gaze over to the left side. Keep the shoulders nice and heavy. Maybe then close your eyes. Slowly bring the knees back to your chest. Give yourself another squeeze, another hug. And find your final Shavasana. Separate your feet at least hip distance apart, maybe even mat distance apart. Arms by your side, palms facing towards the ceiling. Gently shimmy your shoulder blades closer together. Bring the chin a little bit closer to your chest. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, slowly and gently allow the entire body to melt into your mat. Start to feel your feet falling out to the side. Your shin bones become heavy. Your hips are just melting towards the mat. Your belly is soft. Give up all the tension around the chest. And let the shoulders to be heavy. Relax all the muscles on your face. With the next inhale, start to bring some more awareness back into your body. Gently bring the knees onto your chest. Roll over to your right side. And press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thanks for practicing with me. If you like the video, please press the like button. Subscribe for my videos. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Namaste.